What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jay Renee with Hip Hop Humanism and Hip Hop Humanism Radio. I hope that you're doing well. Today it is another day for me to do one of my favorite things, which is to show love and appreciation to our queens that are out here doing their thing, be it entrepreneurship, being a mother, whatever they got going on. We definitely want to make sure that we give our flowers to our queens while they're here to appreciate them. All right, so here's another installment of our Wonder Woman series. Today, I have the privilege of having a young lady on the phone. Okay, we're going to call her Miss JD, and she is definitely out here being a Wonder Woman, the definition of. So we're just going to catch up with her right quick and give an opportunity for everybody to see what she got going on and give her some flowers. All right, hey Queen, how you doing?
I am well. Thank you for asking.
All right, I'm glad that you're doing well. I'm glad that you pulled up on me so we can just chat a little bit about the extraordinary things that you got going on. You definitely fall in line with what a Wonder Woman is. The things that I got to hear about you, you definitely wear a few hats and you wear them well. So I definitely wanted to just show you some appreciation and some love and give you your flowers while you're here. So tell the people a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
And so before I jump in with telling them who I am and where I'm from, I want to thank you for being a dynamic woman yourself. I want to go ahead and give you your flowers while you can smell them. You do a lot your own self, and I want to commend you on what you do as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Queen. For sure.
You are welcome. And so a little bit about myself, because it's a whole lot to wrap up into one session. So again, I am Miss JB. Besides being a mother, a caregiver, a provider, and all those things, I kind of like parlayed some of that into what I do. So I am from Baltimore, born and raised. Here I got to see the living well and the people that live beneath that. And so because I am not in a place where I think is tremendously great, but God has blessed me, I was able to turn some of my skill sets around to be able to give back to those communities that are not thriving well. Yeah. That are not able to fend for themselves, who don't know how to get resources. And so I stood up and prayed a prayer because of what I had encountered as far as watching some of my people go through. And I wanted to be able to connect the dots, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I wanted. It do make sense.
I absolutely wanted to be able to connect people who didn't know that they had these resources on the other side, where they were making sure that the other culture, if I could say that, they were thriving, they were getting what they need, and they were helped properly. We were thrown to scraps. Right. And so I wanted to make sure that the scraps equaled what we needed. Because what is trash to somebody else is treasure to another person. You understand what I'm saying?
Most definitely. I know growing up... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Go ahead.
I was going to say, growing up in a city life, Baltimore, can be rough. And the fact that you want to give back to try to alleviate some of the issues there is definitely commendable. The youth always matters. And I know, speaking of youth, I know that you are a mother as well. What is it like being a mom as one of your many hats?
Well, for me, because I had a child that had a developmentally delayed kind of thing going on, dyslexia and stuff, they wanted to make sure that they labeled him as behavioral. And I refused to allow them to do that. I met some wonderful people and connected me with Kennedy Kruger. And because I'm one of those moms who are always pushing forward to find out the right information and don't believe everything somebody told me, I went through that whole process. And I was speaking with neurologists all over the country, and they allowed me to know that this isn't a behavioral issue. This is a developmentally delayed issue, and he's frustrated because he can't keep up.
Right.
And so that in turn turned my entire life around, because I was not only fighting for him, I began to fight for kids that were going through that same thing with him.
Right, for sure. I know that you deal with other youths, I believe, in the things that you do day to day. What's some of the things that you got going on that, help support the youth like you did with your son?
Okay, and so I work for a lovely company. I'm not going to mention their name, but they are rooted in Baltimore City. They absolutely connected me with being able to maintain a great relationship with Baltimore City's youth. In that company, I maintain a 27 client caseload full of youth whose lives have changed because they were able to interact with me. I was able to get resources for them. I got them jobs at the mayor office over the summertime. And I have a partner who connects with youth works, and we get them jobs. So they're not on the street. They're not doing anything illegal to get money. It's really heartbreaking because some of them are maintaining their job and also helping their family, and they're 14, 15, and 16.
Yeah.
And even though that is detrimental for a child that to take care of a household, it has become reality for some of our youth. And so I give back to them in ways where I take them places. I take them for rides. We see other parts of Maryland. We see a different life. I take them from, what is reality to them. And I'm able to show them with compassion in your heart for others and walking upright before God, you are able to do these things. You're able to thrive in your life because it wasn't designed for us to fail.
Right.
It wasn't. It really wasn't designed for us to fail. Somebody told us a lie a long time ago about who we are. But I always tell them, get your mindset in the right place and know who you are so that you don't have to believe the lie that they're telling you about yourself.
Right. You gotta get to know yourself.
Clearly, because I'm a perfect example of not believing that lie. I'm always forward with them. That doesn't mean that things won't happen. But we're educated enough to know what to do when they do.
For sure. I want to ask you this. Sometimes when as people grow up in certain situations, they'll leave the hood, or they'll leave it behind, or just move their kids out of it and try to raise their kids in a bubble. I want to ask you, what made it important for you to actually know what's going on in a particular area and say, I want to do something about this besides I want to get away from this?
And so that answer for me was, I had a very powerful, impactful, empowerment mother. My mother was everything to our community. And that is where I got and embraced that situation. My community, we have to communitize as a culture. I got that from my mother. My mother, the daycare provider in our entire neighborhood. So all the kids I grew up were a part of her daycare.
Wow.
My mother was also our block watch. My mother was also the president of the recreation center in my neighborhood. So I've always had this stuff in me. And it was never, ever, we're going to run from this. The answer was, we're going to take care of our own. And that's what she raised me to do. So even as a little girl, when we grew up and moved to a lovely neighborhood, and the same thing with me and my children, we still go back to that neighborhood. I still pass out tracts in that neighborhood.
Right.
I still give a word in that neighborhood. And so that neighborhood is a prodigy of who, the very existence of who is. More than anything, I owe all of my all to help someone. Stepping on the backs of each other. We are helping each other rise. Everybody want to play the little lie about Baltimore is full of crabs trying to pull each other down. Not everybody.
Right, that's right.
I have nothing to prove, but I have to give people something. And if it's going to be anything, why not give it to me and all of me? I have collected so many resources over the years to be able to help people. I'm assisting a young lady now who had to run with nothing but her clothes. And she was crying because she needs a bed. Right. We have the bed on the way.
Right. Helping our people.
And so that's who I am. That's who I am. Just a little girl, not trying to make any noise. Right. Just trying to be my father's hand and feet in the earth.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. And I definitely love that you're doing that. I know that others will, and you are most definitely appreciated. You know what I mean? And I thank you for all the things that you're doing. And I know that's just a snippet, you know what I mean? But I definitely want to take a lot of your time on this Friday. So I appreciate you for sharing that. I want to give you an opportunity to give a drop a gem, or give a word or something, just for whoever you want to. It could be to the youth, it could be to the young ladies, it could be to whatever or whoever you like, So I want to give you an opportunity to drop a gem on us.
Absolutely, and this is going to be addressed to Black people, period. It doesn't matter if you're a woman, a man, a boy, or a girl, the youth, or older people. This is for everybody. We will all be exactly where we need to be if we all hold hands and get there. We will all land in the right place if we stand together. We will all be absolutely proud if we recognize that we are one and the same, but different. I want to absolutely just allow everybody to take that with you today, what I said.
Yeah, you're
just
right.
Just take it with you, because we are really, really the most precious and dominant thing resided here in this earth.
Mm-hmm.
Chosen and blessed. But we have to remember that.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate you very much for giving us this time, for dropping that on us. I definitely, I don't know, you ever know, like sometimes some stuff be right on time and you don't even know that you needed it. And I think a few people gonna be able to feel that. I definitely appreciate you, Queen, for the magnificent things that you do. And please keep up the good work. Oh, let me ask you this, though. What are some things that you do for yourself?
So I want to be honest with everybody. Because I was doing so much for other people, I kind of forgot about me. Mm-hmm. But this is the year, and I want to tell everybody who is listening, this is my victory year.
Okay, man.
I came in January 1st, which is my mother's birthday, claiming that this was my victory year. And God has not stopped giving me the victory at all. He has provided me with so much victory over small things. But I want everybody to know, you have to be really up close and personal with me time, self-care, and yes, those kinds of things.
Yes.
You can get lost in trying to do so much for other people. So just make sure, kings and queens, that y'all are out there blessing yourself. What I've learned to do for my own self are the absolute things that I love. So I will polish my own toenails instead of letting somebody do them. I will have compassion for my own self.
All right.
I stand in my mirror and give speeches to myself. Mm-hmm. And I tell myself, what a wonderful woman you have grown to be. Because if I don't believe it about myself, ain't nobody going to believe it about me.
Right. That's some affirmations.
Absolutely. And so I just definitely am engulfed with self-care at this point. Because I've been that person to take on and commit to so many things that I'm burned out. But not anymore. God has allowed me to have wisdom. So some things I say no to, and some things I say yes to.
Right. Yeah.
And that has helped me to take care of me.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad that you remembering you. You said this is the year. I hope you get every drop of it and more to come. Much blessings and successes. Most definitely.